some time to figure out everything, so that after that I can have maintain a good work-life balance. And thirdly, I thought about the friends thing, that when I shift here, I won't be having friends, but yeah, I am good at making new friends, so I can use that and have a small family at your program. That is what I thought. What suggestions do you have? Like if somebody asks you that question.
Yeah, so the whatever the points you said, I'm surely going to include that in my answer as well. So one more thing that you can add about is like staying alone in a new city. That would be one thing. And just going through, like, even though you have been through your rotations, and moreover, just accustoming yourself to the curriculum might be a challenge, because you're the center of responsibility that you when you just start your residency. And you can just quote this saying, like this movie dialogue saying, like, with great power comes great responsibility. So I guess you can end it in that way, saying it on a softer note. So I guess whatever points you said, they are absolutely fine, and you can just tweak it a bit personally, I would say.
Perfect. So last time, like when you're saying that I will be moving to a new city where I won't be having a friend, so I can combine those points, and these are
Yeah,
the three.
perfect.
And lastly, as you said, with the greater power comes the greater responsibility, right?
Yes.
That okay. Thank you so much. I'll just work on my answer in a better
Yeah.
way. Thank
So since actually, like, most of my challenge would be like cooking for myself and just having a healthy meal for myself. But I guess you actually mentioned, like, you're good at cooking and just making
you.
good meals for yourself. I guess that you can just
That's what
omit that
I'm
point.
doing right now. I am just that is why I have to spend my time like every day. I just try to cook something and just serve it to my dog. It's the most.
Oh my God. Okay. That's actually good. Yeah, but you can, yeah, actually use it like saying, like, I've been accustomed with this with a sort of social circle around me, and over time, if living alone might be a challenge, and that is one of the personal challenges that I would face during my residency. So I guess you can just close it down there.
Okay, I asked only one question. You asked me what would you like to change about yourself, and then I started with like these are the few things I want to change, and then I came up with only one change, that I want to have a better work-life balance. Right? So I
Okay.
have I have to work on my weaknesses. I'm not getting weaknesses because everybody is saying work-life balance. We can focus more on our health or public speaking. Nobody has some different weakness to talk about. So I don't want to
No,
have a.
actually, I think it's like even I have the problem because I think everyone has their unique weakness, but we all are afraid we should mention it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. But
So
most
I just want to know what are the weaknesses we can mention.
I don't
Maybe
know. Like
something will fit with us.
everybody, I interviewed right now. I used to ask this question more: what makes you feel horrible, or what are your weaknesses? And everybody, talks about this only, like we work-life balance, this and that. So I'm not getting an idea of the weaknesses. But yeah, we can search on YouTube and come up with a better answer.
What is
If
our
I may
actual
add something
weakness?
to it, okay, please go ahead. I'm so sorry to
Oh,
interrupt. Please
sorry.
go ahead.
What is our actual weakness?
My actual weakness would be I trust people very easily. I'm overgenerous. Sometimes I crib a lot about things. For some time, then I just overcome that. Like maybe for 2 or 3 days, I crib a lot. Like something, if I'm not liking it, I crib for it for 2 or 3 days in my mind, and that will affect my efficiency. But over a period of like 2 or 3 days, I get over it and I'm fine back to normal.
Um,
But I
Maybe if
cannot.
you frame it correctly, I think you can mention this.
No, I have to come up with a better answer. I'll work on that. I don't know from where to get an answer, but yeah, I have to ask somebody for an idea, like what can I tell should be my weakness? Because one of my friends I was interviewing with me told that if suppose 200 applicants will be interviewed, they're going to say the same weakness, that this person, that I am having this work-life balance, this and that, and you need to have a unique answer at the end of the day to this.
Yeah. Sorry,
So yeah,
Akash, you were saying something.
yeah.
Yeah, so weakness, I guess, I mean, it should not be very personal. I guess it can be something which you really suck at. I guess I suck at driving, so I can just tell, like, I'm just really horrible at driving, and I just hope I just don't dash some person on the road. I guess that's one point that you can say, which is very personal. Like, if there is something, if they're asking about weaknesses or something you're horrible at, I mean, you can just end it on a funny note. I mean, like, apart from all the answers that we go through, I guess the funny point will actually catch the program director's attention. So it's like everyone keeps telling, like, I'm like, as Aishman has already mentioned, saying like I just don't have a great work-life balance and whatnot. I mean, there are a certain set of things that even ChatGPT comes up as well. So apart from that, it's the funny note which acts as the hook to just pick your answer up.
Okay.
So, Akash,
Can you? Okay.
I just have a
Sorry.
suggestion. Like when you say I'm horrible at driving, it doesn't sound nice because US is a country that is based in driving. So you can just frame it in a better way that in our like in my city the traffic is very chaotic.
Okay.
So which makes driving very difficult for me. But yeah, definitely US has less traffic and everything is more ordered. So driving won't be an issue over there, and I can practice more and be a good driver over there. You could just frame it in that way
Yeah. Yeah.
instead of just saying
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
It's just
definitely.
like we are formally toning it down. Yeah, I get that. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So should I interview you soon?
Okay, just a minute. I have to change the room. Just give me a minute, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, let's start. The lightings are not very good here. Oh, I cannot.
That's fine. That's fine. You can just. I'm not here going to rank you or something. We can just work on that on your own. So you're currently in US.
Yes.
Okay. And what is your year of graduation?
Actually, my year of graduation is 2017,
Okay.
and I have done my home country residency in anesthesia.
Okay.
Okay,
So you're
and I'm applying.
studying medicine?
No, I'm applying for anesthesia.
Okay. So you are a very competitive applicant. Yeah.
No, I have just got one interview till far, so it's like I want to give my best of it.
Okay. Perfect.
But see, I am also so, but the timing was like I couldn't manage the timing so well. I have also my step 3 exam in between. So it's
Same.
being really hard for me right now. I'm preparing for both of it.
Absolutely same here. So yeah. So let's start.
Okay.
So hi, Dr. Sonal. How are you today?
I am good, Dr. Gupta. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for giving me this opportunity to give my interview.
Mhm. So how was the day for you, Dr. Sonal?
Sorry, I didn't hear you again.
How was the day for you today?
Okay. It was good. I woke up in the morning. I had a, sorry, I'm not prepared for this.
Go ahead. You don't have to. I'm not going to rank you based on what you answer, right? It's a practice
The
session.
interview is supposed to be in the morning at the 7 a.m., right?
Depends. Like it will be morning in US. So
Yeah. So, okay.
Good morning, morning, good afternoon. Good morning. Sorry, one minute. Okay.
I'll just move them. Yeah, Sonal, you can go ahead. You can just simply say that day has been very good so far, and I'm very little nervous and excited at the same time. You can answer in that way also, or whatever you want to answer. You go ahead.
Okay. No, that's what I was thinking. It's a morning. How am I going to explain the day, how the day was?
Morning, and I'm a little bit nervous and excited at the same time for the interview since I got up in the morning. Like that way, you can.
Okay. Thank you. So, I am, the day has been good so far. I am a little nervous, but excited at the same time for this interview.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I am here at front of you right now giving the interview.
So yeah, Dr. Sonal, I was going through your CV, and you have a lot of achievements in your CV. You have done 3 years of home country residency in anesthesia, and then after that you even have some work experience, and now you're applying for the anesthesiology residency in the United States. So yeah, just tell me about yourself.
Okay. So I come from a background of like a middle class family and surrounded by doctors, to be honest. Both of my parents are doctors. Like my father is a pathologist and my mother being a gynecologist. It was like always like talking about medicine, and this branch has been since my childhood. So I got really early exposure to this field, and it's always been my passion to be a doctor. And when I got into medical school, it was during my until my internship. When I started my internship, I was not sure about what specialty should I get into, but after getting exposed into anesthesia, it was something which I thought I'd really fit in, and it's like I would really match with the things and which excited me, and I thought I would really fit in into the subject. And after that, I got into my dream residency program. I got into one of the best residency program in my home country, which is Nepal. I did my residency and I had exposure to a lot of cases, which improved my clinical skills. We were posted in the neurology hospital and cardiac hospitals and pediatrics and all other streams. So completing my residency, what I got into, started working in a cancer hospital, one of the best cancer hospitals in Nepal. And that were there working during the cancer hospital. It was we had to deal with a very, critical cases and very critical cases, and which helped me with my decision making and teamwork skills as well. And after that, I started pursuing my dream since I got into medical school, which was pursuing residence in US, and I started my USMLE journey. I did my STEP exam and I came to US and did my clinical rotations. I have 3 months of US clinical experience, 1 month in internal medicine, where I was as an extern. I got exposed into um, inpatients, outpatients, and also ICU patients. I could see the difference in the cultures, difference in the way of managing the patients. Apart from that, I have a 2 month experience as an observer in the anesthesia. I was very fascinated by the way the patient care in the Department of Anesthesia, providing the latest technologies and the best possible patient care, which really motivated me to apply for anesthesia residency here.
So yeah, Sonia, as you mentioned and tell me about yourself, that you did your home country residency from a very prestigious hospital in anesthesia. So don't you think that why do you want to shift to the US healthcare system? After spending so much time in your home country, working there, looking after the patients, now why do you want to shift to US?
Okay, that's a very obvious question to ask. So it was like during my residency, I got an opportunity to learn many things in our country, but since it has always been my dream to do residency in US, as US is, to be honest, US is the best in the field of healthcare system, the latest technologies and providing the best possible healthcare to the patients. I think
Go ahead. I just
okay. So so it's I was always fascinated with I wanted to get exposed to the latest technologies and the you know uh,
don't worry, go ahead. Nothing to feel nervous about. Yeah. Oh, I'll ask you the next question. So, Sonal, it's very interesting. You
see,
come
I'm
from
not very well
Nepal.
prepared.
So, yeah, don't worry, it's okay. So, it's
Okay.
very interesting that you come from Nepal and have heard a lot of things about good things about Nepal. So yeah, I would like to have insight on the difference in the Nepalese healthcare system and the US healthcare system.
Okay, of course. So, like Nepal, since we all know Nepal is from it's like a third world country. So the like most important difference, what I felt from the Nepal to US healthcare system would be the limitation of resources and the financial limitations which we have. Like what I felt is like even though the doctors and the healthcare system we are very optimal and we are capable to provide the healthcare to the patient and to the country, but still sometimes we could not give our the best to the patient because of the we have limitation in the resources and the latest technologies and also the financial limitations, which is never a issue in US, to be honest.
So yeah, soon as you graduated in 2017 and now it's 2023, right? So and you had a fair share of experiences. Tell me about your home country residency experience.
Okay. So I think starting with why one sentence, what I would say is in our residency, it's a 3 year of residency in a home country. So I would say the most exponential growth in my entire life, was that 3 year period.
Mhm.
So I got exposed and I got the chance to learn and improve on like so many skills of my life. Like I got exposed to so many patients, which will help me improve in my clinical skills drastically. And I also did my research. One of my most important research was doing thesis during my residency, in which it was like I had to do a lot of teamwork. I was involved in the since it was a um, research associated with an orthopedics department. I was involved with them. I was involved with the analysis biostat department, which helped me to learn so much about the teamwork as well. And other than that, I got improvement in my uh, teaching or mentoring capability, because as a resident, it was my responsibility to guide and to teach my junior residents, my interns. I was also taking lectures to the undergraduate students. So yes, I would say like the 3 year of residency helped me improve in so many skills in so many ways.
So yeah, tell me about your weaknesses.
Okay. My weakness, I would say, is I can be too hard on myself,
Mhm.
and I tend to overthink, and sometimes that can. So yeah, I would say that I can be too hard on myself sometimes, and I'm still working on it. So what I have been is I have been um, I don't know how to put this in a good way.
Okay. So,
So,
you can take your time, or we can shift to next question.
okay, maybe I need to work on it. I don't know how to portray
That's
this.
fine. But that's very good that we are having a mock today, and tomorrow you will improve for sure, right?
Yeah, yeah, I will,
So yeah, so
hopefully.
I just want to know that if you are given a chance to be a cookie,
Okay.
what kind of cookie you want to be and why?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Okay. So, if I get a chance to be a cookie, can you repeat the question, please?
If you have to be a cookie,
Okay.
what would that cookie be and why?
Okay. So, if I get a chance to be a cookie, since the cookie is something every one of us, most of us love, I would be some something um, which could be in a more healthy way. So I would use uh, ingredients such as peanuts or some nuts, which can be yeah, like which can be appealing, but not hampering the health of someone as well. So I would prefer to be a healthy cookie.
That's very interesting. So, Sonal, we quickly go to the feedback because you got a chance to share a lot of your information and I have a fair idea about whatever you said. So, firstly, you have to work on it. Tell me about yourself. You don't have to, mention over there why I'm interested in anesthesiology, why I'm interested in becoming a doctor, right? You just have to give an overview about you. That, I got a chance so that the examiner has some questions.
Okay, yeah.
You can come up like when you're saying that even your hobbies are also you're mentioning over there. You're talking about why you're interested in anesthesia, about your 3 years residency. Then I don't have a question to ask about.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Well, and it's then it becomes very boring. Also, like I will be having no interest in listening to you.
Mm.
Right? That's what I feel. Like it should be more interesting. In the sense, it should give a brief about you, and then I can ask you the leading questions where I get to know better about you.
Okay.
Okay. Then the second question, because I didn't like the answer. You would just have to. What I would like if I have to answer that question that I have done 3 months of home country, 3 years of home country experience. Now I have to come here. So you can just say in a way that I have always liked becoming anesthesiologist. So I did my home country experience for 3 years, and I learned a lot of during that 3 years. I learned a lot of things, and I appreciate that. But then when I got a chance to do my observe, since I had a dream to practice in US healthcare system, I got a chance to do observership or whatever at a particular place, and then I liked it very much.
Yeah, I thought of it, but the thing is, I did all my steps exam and then I came and did my observership. So,
You can just say because I wanted to practice, so I did my US and then I got selected about the US observership. First, I took my step. You can just start, then say, no, you can just start with coming practicing in US healthcare was a dream, has been always a dream for me. But after doing my medical school, I got selected in a prestigious hospital where I did my 3 years of residency. But then after that, to pursue my dream, I took my step exam and got selected for an observership or this at a particular place. And these are things that I like, and I made sure that I want to be part of this healthcare system.
oh, nice. That was a nice way to put it.
Right? Because it's very obvious now. You have worked. It's a very obvious question that they'll ask when you have worked for 3 years in your home country, right? Like maybe, and even after that, you must have worked over there.
Mm-hmm.
Then why
Yes.
now you want to come to US healthcare system? But then you can
Yeah.
say other attributes that I like, and I made my point that I will work hard to be part of this US healthcare system. Okay, you can just
Okay.
phrase it that way. Then the third question I asked you was your home country residency experience, which you mentioned a lot of things in your telling me about yourself, but you have to frame it for that question.
Okay.
Right? You have like I did 3 years of this. I got exposure to these specialities. I got a chance to do a thesis on this particular topic, and whatever it got published or we have submitted for publication to this particular journal, right?
Mm-hmm.
After finishing my home country residency,
Okay.
I
Okay.
won't be interested in asking about your home, listening to your home country experience and telling me about yourself. And that's completely fine. Since it was a first mock, when you listen to my first mock, it was very bad. Even you listen to my fifth mock, somebody just told me, Ayushman, where are you living? Right? You just need to work on yourself. You don't know how to talk.
Oh, thank God you didn't said me that.
But you are very confident. You have a very good hold over your language. So these are the things that I feel you can just frame it in a
Okay. Yeah.
Tell me about yourself. Yeah, anybody who else wants to give a
Can
suggestion?
I
Go
have a
ahead.
feedback. I have a question and an idea for you. Sonal, did you do your research thing before your steps or after your steps? Like the
Before I
research.
did my research would be experience is my thesis, which I did during my
Oh,
residency,
okay.
which is before my steps.
Okay. I mean, so I just have an idea. You don't really have to like take it, but you can consider it maybe. You can say that when you were doing research, you had to review a lot of articles, etc., etc., and you noticed that most articles come from the US, and that's when you dwelled into how the US works. So you were initially always interested in the US, but you got into anesthesia in your home country. And after that, when you were doing research, because of the advances that you saw and all the papers that came out of US, you were more interested in how it worked, and that's why you wanted to pursue
That's
residency there. I think that's a good add on
Yeah, I
as
think that's a
well.
very good point. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Shruti.
you're welcome.
So you can just frame it in this way that when I was doing my medical school, I had interest towards anesthesia. So after that, I did my home country experience. And as Shruti mentioned that during the residency, you had to do a lot of articles, right? You had to do a lot of literature review, and most of them were from US. Then you started researching about the US healthcare system and made up your mind that I want to experience this as well. I want to be part of that healthcare system, which makes protocols for everybody across the globe. Then I took my
Okay.
exam and I got an opportunity, and these are the points that I liked about US health. That's a very, very good point. Yeah.
One thing what always feel is whenever I answer this question or somebody does, like you are switching from your home country residency and being an attending in your country to this, like how do I say it in a way that would make even US better, but it's not even like complaining anything about my home country.
Okay. So you're not complaining about your home country. You can say that I like these attributes of the US healthcare system, and I made my mind that I have to be part of this. These are the attributes that I like. And then one more point, like you told, don't have to degrade your country. When I asked you about the differences between the Nepalese healthcare and the US, the first thing you told that Nepal is a third world country, right? That shows your country in a very bad light. You just have to, even if you have to say, you can say Nepal is a developing country, but still government is doing a lot of efforts to provide the best care to the patients. But still, we
Okay.
lack a lot of resources here, and doctors have to work on minimal resources available to them. But in US, is rich in resources, so that way it is able to provide the best care to the patient, right? Like it won't look nice if I call my country, even if I say, I won't even like calling my India as a developing country. It's much more beyond that.
But that's a fact, right? But I would say India is very well developed compared to Nepal, but still.
That's fine. We are not here competing. Like we just want to, we are here in a race to get to the best healthcare system. That's what we feel, right? So it would look nice when you want to say that Nepal is a third world country. Even if I have something negative to say about this, then I can just add with a line that my government is working best to work on it and provide the best care to the patients.
Okay.
Right? So that
Maybe I shouldn't say that.
yeah. So in that way, it means that you acknowledge the fact that there is deficiency in your healthcare system, but you appreciate the fact that the government and the policymakers are doing to improve on that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so even I missed that point, but once you told not to degrade your country, then you said it's a third world country, which I really like that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Solid points, like 3 or 4 points like this, some solid points instead of just talking in a paragraph. You could just so the first point would be this, second point would be this, third and fourth point would be this. You could just talk about 3 points,
Okay.
right? Oh, yeah. So Shiza is over here. No, okay, she just left. So anybody else have a feedback to give to Dr. Soman? Soman, by any chance, do you know Raksha or Grishma?
No, actually, I have not been very active in this group. So yesterday I came to know about Riddhi, I think. Riddhi, she's also applying for anesthesia and she has also done home country residency from India, I think.
Them I met in US and they're the older grads. So that is why I was thinking that you must be knowing both of them.
Like, what did you say? Their name, please? Maybe I'll contact them.
Raksha and Grishma. They are the US citizens.
Oh,
They're the green card holders, yeah. So they're the US IMGs.
wow, nice.
Yeah. Anybody else has a feedback to give to Sonu, Akash, or anybody else? So you can just work on
Akash,
it.
would you like to add anything? I really like your feedbacks.
You can just tomorrow have a mock with Akash, right? That way, you can improve on your answers.
Yeah, of course I will.
I guess Dr. Sonal, I guess you had the best interviewer today. It's Dr. Ayushman here.
Of
He has
course.
a good
I
feedback.
was actually nervous that Ayushman is taking my interview.
No, you even took a very good interview for sure. Like I liked your feedback as well, and you asked me very good questions at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
We can surely have an interview tomorrow, Dr. Sonal, about this. And I guess the only feedback that I have to you was like tell me about yourself that you said was a bit long. I mean, you just focused a lot about your medical journey. I would just say cut short a few points and add something more about yourself. As Dr. Aishman actually mentions, like he loves cooking, and I personally love to play soccer, and those are the other things that you can inculcate. I guess everything about your medical journey can just be covered in other aspects, saying like when you just face the conflict, you can just elaborate the answers and your experiences, you can just put them in there.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you
You
so
can
much.
subliminally signal them in between. So, yeah. I guess you can't signal your hobbies. Only question where you can point out your personal aspects, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please don't take me in the wrong way, but whatever
No,
it
no,
is,
no, not
you
at all.
can.
You guys are helping me.
But
Yeah.
that's a very good thing. Sonali took an initiative, and today you have had your first mock. In future, you can have more mock interviews and improve on yourself. Because you
Yes.
the more mocks you will have, the better will be your answers, and then people will start complimenting you.
Okay. Okay.
So
Thank
just
you.
don't shy away from what will happen at the end of the worst come worst. Somebody will talk negative things about you. That's fine. We are here to learn on that negative, learn about the negative things and reflect it on ourselves so that we can improve.
Yeah. No, no, no. I'm not feeling bad at all. It's like better to make mistakes here rather than in
Tomorrow,
final
you
interview.
have more mock with people. Tomorrow onwards, you just ask somebody to have a mock. Like you can have more mocks in every day. That's how you'll improve.
Yeah. Okay.
Because people are paying money for this at the end of the day, but it's a free thing for us.
Yeah.
Right? People are paying around $300 for the mock interviews with the residents.
Yes.
But over here, we get a chance to meet to as many people as possible, and everybody has something to add and make you learn.
When is your interview, Aishman, if I may ask?
That's in mid-November.
Okay.
It was meant to be in the first week of November, but then because of some meet and greet thing, I couldn't be. I had to postpone it.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody else wants to have a mock interview. We can listen to you over here.
Uh, Hi. I can try. I mean, I'm new to this, but this is my first thing, but I can.
That's fine. That's a very good thing. But anybody else wants to do a mock with Shivani? Anyone? Hello.
Hello.
Anybody wants to do a mock with Shivani? Any volunteer? Okay, Shivani. Akash, do you want to interview with Shivani or? Okay, Shivani, I'll interview you because I have done my mock. So,
All.
okay, I'll
Yeah, I'm
interview.
nervous. This is the first time, but I'll jump into
That's
this.
fine. Every person has a first time, right?
Yeah.
But that's how you have a good start.
Yeah.
Okay, Shruti, do you want to mock with Shivani?
I'm multitasking right now, so yeah, I cannot do it. I'm just listening. I'll give her feedback though. And
Okay, okay.
then if anyone else
Okay,
is there, I'll
Shivani.
join.
Quickly, I'll interview you. Okay. So just quickly, you can just switch on your camera.
Yeah, just a second.
Alia, you want to interview with her? Okay, hi. So just give me a brief background about you so that I can ask questions related to that, Shivani. Hey, Shivani, are you there?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think there's something wrong. One second.
So take your time. It's okay.
I'm not able to see my icon or whatever my name. One second. New.
But we could see you like before when I think you turned on it.
Okay. 1 second. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to. I don't know what's wrong. I can't see myself. Anyway. Uh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. You can just hide the
Yeah,
camera
like,
later
yeah,
on,
it's
like
not the
as you
right.
wish.
Yeah, I'm just jumping into this.
If the background is good, you could just like you can just turn your camera more, so you can just have a pure white background, and then you can work on lighting
Why don't I
session.
see myself? Usually you can see yourself on screen, right?
So you go to view.
Oh, where is that?
It's on the
Sorry.
top right.
Oh, yeah.
You and
View.
over there, I think you must have
Oh,
selected
yeah.
hide selfie.
Yeah. Now I can see my.
Okay.
Sorry, it's my first time.
So that's fine. That's fine. So even somebody taught me by doing my mock how to use Zoom in a right way.
Okay.
So that's fine. So yeah, you can just turn your camera whenever you want. Like later on, you can turn your camera, have complete white background, and then you can work on
Okay.
your.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Just give a brief about you, so I can ask questions related to that.
So my name is Shivani. I'm a medical graduate from India. I finished it in 2020. Um, Ever since I'm applying to internal medicine. This is my first match application, and yeah, I'm here in the United States right now doing my observerships.
So how many observerships you have done so far?
Quite a few. I have almost like 8 months of experience.
8 months.
Yeah, like when I was in medical school and then break and then again and yeah. So overall.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a very good thing. So how the day has been so far for you?
It's good. It's bright and sunny out there. A little nervous, but I'm excited to do this. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. So yeah, Dr. Shivani, I was going through your CV and it was very interesting. Like you had a fair share of US exposure to US healthcare system, a very long exposure. That's very interesting. So yeah, tell me about your journey so far.
Sure, I would love to. So, as you know, my name is Shivani. I was born in a small town called Clarksburg in West Virginia in the US. When I was very young, my parents relocated back to my home country, that is India. I was raised in India majorly. I come from a family of four. I have a younger sister who is 10 years younger to me. She's about to start her medical journey as well. I'm very grateful. I have a very positive upbringing, and I'm very grateful for my family and my friends. I also pursued my medical. I went to medical school in my home country, that is India. During the course of my medical school, I decided to come to the US to pursue my further training, and ever since it's been a journey of pursuing that dream. Apart from this, my other interests include I'm a trained classical dancer, and I'm a thorough nature enthusiast. I love trekking or hiking. That's something I do every weekend whenever I have time, and also have. I also work for community upliftment in some way or the other, either through my profession or through my other passions, let it be through my dance or through my passion for textiles. And so in short, if I have to summarize about myself, I would say a fun-loving, balanced, and hardworking individual.
That's very, very interesting. So yeah, Dr. Shwani, you told that you like trekking and you love spending time in nature. So that means you love spending time in nature. So what element in nature you like the most and why?
I think it's the greenery and it's just the mountains. I don't like the water, but I like nature. I like the greenery and the mountains. So that's something I really took up to in the recent few years, and I'm really enjoying it. I've been to few treks here and there, and I've really enjoyed it.
That's very interesting. So yeah, as your application shows that you're a US citizen, right?
Yes.
So did you have any encounter with the US healthcare system?
Yes, I was fortunate to be exposed to both the healthcare from very early on. And since I did my I was brought up in India and I did my medical education there. I went to medical school there. I was exposed on a large variety there, as well as here through because I would always come here for a visit during the summers, or I would do voluntary experience or through my observerships. And that really residency and further training in this country.
That's interesting. So yeah, Dr. Shivani, now tell me, if you get matches, will be starting a residency. What difficulties do you think that you'll be facing while you're in your residency?
I think the timings and the schedule, because it's been a while I worked as the night floats would be the most demanding, because I did work as a daytime. I did do like my sub internships, but I didn't do my night floats for a while. And I think that, and ICUs, I think that is challenging for me. But physician being exposed to all the various settings, that being the night floors or ICUs, or doing the floor. That was very well equipped with my EMR and also with my patient interaction. I'm confident I'll be a better resident when I join in due to my experience.
Yeah, Dr. Shivani, tell me about your 3 weaknesses.
My 3 weaknesses. One, I think I'm extremely sensitive, and the other is, and I'm an overthinker. Or the overthinker part, I'm really working on it. I think I'm successful at it, because I'm very perceptive to what people's opinion, to what people say, and what people think about me, and how am I projecting myself, or what are the people's reaction to my action. But I really try to filter the thoughts, and really take only constructive criticism in my stride, and let alone the rest. And being about sensitive, I've come to realize it's not such a bad thing being sensitive, because that allows me to put myself in the other person's shoes, and it goes a long way in patient care. So yeah, I'm working on those.
Dr. Shivani, tell me 3 points in your home country healthcare system which you don't.
I think the resources. Number one would be the resources. There's just very limited resources. The ratio is the patient ratio to the resources we have is very is large. So that's something we could work on. The other is, I think, insurance. I think the healthcare system in the cities, it's very expensive and not affordable, and there's no insurance in the system. So I think that needs to be changed. And I can't read.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
Dr. Shivani, tell me the best advice you have been given so far.
Best advice. I think my peers and my seniors, the best advice I've received from them is whatever I do it with perfection and be consistent with it. I think change can only happen with consistency. So yeah, being consistent with whatever I choose to do, and I can work on it, but be consistent. Do it every day like an exercise. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dr. Shivani, it was an excellent interview. I had a good insight about your personality, and I really like it. I wish you all the best for the residency in future, wherever you match, and whatever is destined for you. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you, Dr. Aishma. It was really great talking to you, and thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Okay. So yeah, since it's the first mock, it was very good. You have a good hold over your language, right? The second thing definitely in your favor is that you're USIMG, right? That is a great point in your favor to get a residence in US. So the things that firstly I asked you element in the nature and why. You mentioned, I asked you which element in nature you can relate to and why.
Yeah, I've
told about the element you can relate to, that's good. But yeah, you can come up with why as well. You can just add few personality traits that I think mountains are very protective.
Yeah.
In similar way, I'm very protective for my family and friends. The mountains, they protect us from sometimes they protect us from the rain or storms or like this. And that's why I'm very protective. Like you can come up with something you want.
Okay.
Then talking about when you mentioned about the 3 things that you don't like. So see, I would say I would be diplomatic in that answer. right? Just
Okay.
start that answer by saying the things that I don't like, that I won't say I don't like, but I think should be improved in my home country healthcare system or the Indian healthcare system would be first. There are limited resources available, so they utilize in the best way possible. Okay, right? We are just showing our country. We are talking about it shows that I am acknowledging about my weak points of my healthcare home country healthcare experience, but I am not putting down my country name, right?
Right.
Point you told that about the university, there is a lot of insurances available in India as well, right? The
Right.
ECI, the ESI, there are this Ayushman Bharat scheme, and government is doing a commendable job in providing these insurances for years now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
So
I
you can,
just dropped
just
my hat. Didn't think about the answers, but
that's fine, right? That's the first mock, right? That's just a suggestion that I am giving you.
oh yeah, sure. I'll
You can,
work on that.
you can just say, like, it is not present throughout the country. Everybody doesn't have access to the insurance companies. So sometimes, getting a healthcare, access to healthcare from a private setup becomes a little expensive. So yeah, it should be universally present, right?
Okay.
Third point, or it should be insurances should be accessible to everyone. Though we have the government hospitals in our country which provide free of cost care, but definitely due to the less resources, the healthcare delivery is a little bit compromised.
Okay.
So government should even improve on that.
All right.
And third point, you can say that what I feel about India is that in US we have a proper structure, right? Where a patient goes to a primary care doctor, then from there they
Right.
get,
That's a
right?
good point. Yeah.
I feel that there's no access to there's no access to that structure, right? Maybe a person like me who's very well educated knows I have to seek help from which specialist.
Okay.
But a person from a non-medical background, even my parents are very well educated, but they don't know like who to access for a particular problem.
Agree. Yeah.
Just say that I want the country to have a proper structure, proper primary care doctors. You could just have that as a point. And the last point that you can even I have is that in India a lot of antibiotics and other medication apart from over the counter medications are easily available, due to which
Okay.
people just use them irrationally, and that has led to the antibiotic resistance. So government should definitely monitor them in a better way so that we don't have full-blown antibiotic resistance in the future.
Oh.
Right? These are the 4 points that I feel that my country needs to improve on.
Yeah.
That was just a suggestion. You could just frame your answer in a better way.
Right.
But
I will do that.
the command over the language is very, very good, and you speak very well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And apart from that, when somebody asks you why US healthcare system, I think most of us will be like from that very conventional answer. Like they have EMR systems, they have this and that. I love state-of-art infrastructure. But you being a US citizen and you had a chance to travel to US, you can just maybe talk about your personal experience where you had a chance to go to a doctor, right? And like how well you can just come up with anything, right?
Okay.
You are in the US for you have 8 months in the United States clinical experience. You must have your own fair share of experiences.
Okay.
Right? Instead of just saying that conventional answer that I have, they have the EMR system, they are research based, they have research based practice, they have this and that. You can come up with a better answer. Like I had a mock interview with somebody 2 or 3 days back, and that she was a mother. So she involved that how the delivery was done as a part of the US healthcare system, and then how she liked it. So it makes the answer very personalized. In that way, you can come up with an answer like this.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
any
that
other suggestions from anyone else?
And then the last question was I told you a best advice given to you so far. You can definitely work on that answer, come up with a better advice, or you can just frame your answer in a better way.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I just had
this. You can work on that answer as well. Like I'm also very sensitive.
Actually, I didn't prepare for that question. No one asked me that question before, but I will do that.
That's the only question that is giving me a very hard time because I don't know what to talk about in that answer.
Right. It's
the advice you received from anyone, right? That's the question you asked, right? Okay.
That's like you are the
Yeah,
best
I'll
advice
work on that.
so far. It can be anything medical related or non-medical related. You can talk about anything.
Okay. I'll work on that. Think about that.
Otherwise, I think you are very good to go for India. But yeah, practice makes you perfect every day, and we can
Yeah.
work on our.
Thank you. Yeah, we will.
Okay. Anybody else wants to give a feedback to Shivani?
Yeah, actually, I think you mentioned not having experience with night floats in the ICU specifically for what would be difficult, what would you find the most challenging during residency? I think just say that you're out of touch. Don't say that
Yeah.
you don't have any experience.
Yeah, I
So
think
yeah,
that's what I
that's it.
meant. We did have in internship in India, we did do night floats in ICUs, but it's
Yeah.
been like a year
And
or two,
you
right?
have
So
to
that's
even
the
talk
only
about that.
thing.
I'm not. Yeah, even I missed that point. You somewhere said that I was not clinically active after my internship. It has been long time. Yeah, in this answer, but that, you
Yeah.
don't have to mention about it, right? Like
Yeah.
they'll ask you what you doing for so long time after 2020 you graduated, and after that you were sitting home and preparing for your studies, and that's the most
I
convenient
was
thing.
clinically active. I was working and I did come here to observership, but it was never like night floats in
Right,
ICU.
that's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. That's true.
learn as during our venture as a doctor, but why
Yeah.
not talk about it? And why
Yeah.
don't you even tell them that I was not clinically active. You can come up with a
Yeah.
better answer. Like you can just come up with a better. Why you want to talk about the night floats and that I didn't have exposure to this? You definitely
Yeah.
can have
You
other.
can say that,
That's a good point.
taking more responsibility as an intern compared to as a medical student, that might be
Yeah.
difficult as well. You can say that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Any other points for this answer, or that's a good one, Shruti. Thank you.
Then
Because
you
I
can
didn't want to come off as negative, like it is a different transition for into residency, but I didn't want to come out as negative. But I agree.
Yeah, just be vague about it. I think as vague as you can be, but put your point across. Unless they specify and ask, which they won't unless you say, "Oh, I didn't do night float" or "I didn't do ICU,"
Right.
they won't
Yeah.
ask
Don't
you
stay
about it. So
specific. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Just say I'm very well equipped or something like that.
many of my friends had a chance to do SIT tabs and tool tabs, but I didn't do it during my internship. Maybe I didn't get an opportunity to do that, but I won't put it upfront during an interview that I don't know these skills. I will
Okay.
say myself. Even if they do, they won't be doing it right now on the patient,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So it's okay. Like everybody of us has a weakness, but we don't have to be upfront and vocal
Upfront
about
about it. Yeah. 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 I'll work on that. Thank
it.
you.
Being honest. Yeah. So that would be my fee. Anybody else wants to add something before I leave the room? Like, and after that, you can continue with your mock with each other in case you want. But that's a good thing, Shruti, that you took an initiative and had a mock today. Tomorrow onwards, you can have a mock and separately in a room with anybody you want. You
Yeah.
can just say in this particular room, anybody wants to have a mock over there, and that's how you'll improve.
Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah. I really need to work on this. Yeah.
You have good command over your language, but yeah, answers all of us
I think
can.
my answers need to be precise and more
They'll be
constructive.
good,
Yeah.
but definitely some things need to be changed, and you can work on that and improve every day. That is what is the purpose of the mock here. We are not here to
True.
tell the world that we have a very good interview skills and just to put somebody down.
Right.
But we are here to learn, and somebody can ask. Yeah, that's what, as Sonal mentioned, being a first mock, you did very good. True.
Thank you, Sonal.
Okay. So anybody wants to give a feedback, because I'll be taking a leave, and Dr. Surya, you want to say anything? Okay. I think
All right.
you
Thank
have
you, guys.
feedback, you could just use that and frame your answers in a better way. Like you can just listen to more and more mock interviews on this
Yeah.
on YouTube as well. That
Mhm.
will.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Ayushman. Thank you for being my interviewer.
Sure, I'll leave. I'll take a leave, and anybody wants to do a mock can do a mock there here on their own.